Hello again, PH Digital here, and this is a segue on another video that I did called GPS Leakage. But I'm testing a new watch, and I wanted to test both of them again to see how GPS leakage has changed for the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 that came out, let's see, it's September now, so this came out in August of 2020. So let's get into it. Here we go. Ready? All right, so here's the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. And the test that I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it running while I go back to work. So this is at 0.82 miles. Whoops. Click on the running man there. And then we're going to test it against the Polar Grit X, 0.79 miles. So the whole thing on GPS leakage is when you're stationary, let's say you stop for a bathroom break on your ultra run, or maybe you're cycling and you stop for a blizzard at Dairy Queen. Well, if you're stopped for 20 minutes, you shouldn't get more than a tenth of a mile, you know? I mean, yes, you can pause it, but I don't like to pause it because normally I forget to unpause it and then I miss my workout. Now, there is auto pause as well, but regardless, if the GPS is functioning correctly and if you're wearing a good gadget, you shouldn't have GPS leakage. Okay, let the test begin at 8:56. Back to work I go. I'll come back in a couple of hours. And the test is over. 0.88 over 3 hours. Wow, 104. Interesting. So where before the Grit X, this is my fourth GPS leakage test. This one, the Polar Grit X, hardly did anything. Like it didn't even show that you moved. And this time it came in last place. But what's really good to know is that it's still really good. Maybe it goes off at a tenth of a mile, but that's over 3 hours of doing nothing. I've been just at my desk. I went upstairs to the kitchen, and yeah. And this one, the Galaxy Watch 3, did really well. It only went 0.8 of a mile, even though I was just in my house working. Now, just for fun, I started an activity just a little bit ago with the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and if you notice, over 15 minutes, zero leakage. So maybe an update came out, but this one, when I tested it 2 or 3 times before, it was getting a mile per hour when I was just in the house doing nothing, maybe getting 200 or 300 steps per hour. So I'll do more testing and I'll do another video. And if you're curious about the differences, hold on. Well, that's just, I'm gonna have to do another video, but basically you'll notice that the Galaxy Watch 3 is faster and it's a little bigger. And the screen is easier to read. I'll have to check out the pixel density. Allow daily briefings? Sure. And the interface is different. So you have just a little different menu options here and there. It's really subtle, but I'll be honest, I do love the bezel. It's really going to be a personal preference on the buyer, on the consumer. I was talking about this to some family members and asked my wife, and we kind of think this silver and black, I don't know, it's a little too shiny, and it looks like it scratches quite easily. I've had this only a week, and I don't know why it's getting scuffed already. So that's kind of a bummer. I think I would go with the black, and they're also coming out with a special edition titanium version of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. But as far as the accuracy, it does feel like they have made improvements with GPS and step count. It still has a problem with climbing flights of stairs. If I go to the stair workout 2, oh, I stand corrected. It's doing better. Whereas this one, I don't think it has 0. So I'm going to wear both of these the rest of the day, and then I'll do some more testing. So again, this is the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, which came out back in November of 2018. Sorry, November of 2019, and this one is August 2020. So not quite a year apart. And which one do you like better? Comments below. Curious. Hello, so my iPhone is updating to iOS 14, so I'm filming the rest of this video on the Surface Duo by Microsoft. So hopefully it's pretty good using headphones. So hello, audio, check. Back to the leakage test. I decided to do one more test, and I found out some interesting things. One, they made significant changes to the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 3. And Polar, this is probably my 7th test on GPS leakage. Sorry you couldn't see that. And then also I strapped a third device. I used painting tape and strapped it to my my side because it doesn't work quite right when it's yeah. So if you can see that, I don't know if that's reversed or what, but I'll just tell you what I see here. And if you look at the stats, it's been going for an hour and a half. I've been pretty much stationary, and it says I've gone 3.95 miles. So that's a huge amount of GPS leakage. So we'll go ahead and stop that and finish. So I don't know about you, but yeah, that's even a slow walk. Now, in comparison, if we look at the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 3, which is the newer one, it only reads 0.34 over 90 minutes. That's good. So, good job, Samsung developers. You fixed the GPS leak that was very prominent with the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 LTE edition from October 2019. And then this is the newest one, so we'll stop that workout. Pretty much still the same notifications on this watch. And they're good. They're good. I was kind of hoping they'd spice it up a little bit. So there's the little animation you'll get when you reach your step goal for the day. But again, the screen is different. I still need to check the specs. And then last but not least, the Polar Grit X, which shows only 0.39 miles. So as far as the least GPS leakage, this time the Galaxy Watch 3 wins. In second place, whoop. Wait, what just happened? Sorry. There we go. So okay, my camera keeps falling. There we go. And then in second place, we have the Polar Grit X. So it did a really good job with hardly any GPS leakage, so we'll stop that. And the test is done. So there you go. If you want to do this GPS leakage on your own, you can do that with your favorite smartwatch. Basically go for a short walk outside and then come inside and don't turn the GPS off. And then just sit there, read a book for like an hour or so. And if you came inside and you're at a half a mile, and then an hour later you're at a mile and a half and you've just been sitting in a chair, I'm sorry. Your gadget is suffering from GPS leakage, and GPS leakage, it's real. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's a sad thing. Well, that's all I have for now. Thanks again for watching. Again, filming this on the Microsoft Surface Duo. And thanks for coming by the channel. Tell me if your watch has GPS leakage. I'm really curious. And how accurate is your device? Because that's really what the GPS leakage test is about. Thanks for watching. See you again probably tomorrow. Goodbye. Hello again. Well, it's the following day and the battery is still going strong on the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 3, and I just got, oh, it just disappeared. I just got the low battery warning, which means the battery is at now 14%. So let's take a look at it. I'm gonna have to switch. I'm filming on the Microsoft Surface Duo, and it's hard to navigate so I can show something other than in the selfie camera. It doesn't fit my tripod attachment. So we're gonna switch to another. We're gonna switch to the Apple 2020 iPhone SE. And my dog just wanted to say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Aw, are you being shy? Camera switch. Hours later, I just woke up from a nap and I was wearing the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. I was also wearing the predecessor, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. Let's see which one tracked the nap. Here we go. We have the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. This is my one-day full battery test, day in the life, whatever you want to call it. And we are down to 12%. Swipe to the right. Power mode, standard, 6 hours and 12 minutes. So now we'll do battery saver. Turns everything off but calls, messages, and notifications. Now here's the cool thing. On the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, the battery saving mode is still in color, which you'll see in just a second. So you can still go to all of your notifications. Here's daily briefing. Ah, not available. But it's still cool. You can swipe and you can adjust the brightness. I usually keep it on a 2 or a 3. And then you can even go, nope, can't go into water mode. You can turn airplane mode off, which is nice. But yeah, you can still synchronize to your device. So I'm synchronizing to this thing, the Microsoft Surface Duo. And it's one of the things I like about the Duo is that it synchronizes with Samsung devices. 14 hours and 45 minutes remaining. Let's go to the battery details. So by putting it into power saving mode, we got an additional 3 hours and change. Not bad at all. And you can see where all the power is going to, Samsung Health. I did GPS workouts yesterday of, I believe, almost 5 hours. Hang on a second. So I think it's easier if we just open up both apps. There we go. So over here on the left is Samsung Health. And if I go to active time and then trends, yesterday, you can see yesterday was a busy day. 1 hour 28 minutes of walking and another 3 hours and 31 minutes of walking. So half an hour, that's 4. So 5 hours of GPS. And that 5 hours of GPS really took a toll because last night the battery life was around 20% before I went to bed. But it still worked all night. Tracked my sleep. Here's the sleep stats. So not huge changes on the sleep stats. I mean, here's the efficiency. And it's really not much more. I was kind of hoping for more details, to be honest. Come on, Samsung. Where's the wow factor? How long it's been running? 1 day and 12 hours. So with heavy use, you're going to get about 1.5 days. Yeah, that's about it for a $450 watch. Kind of a bummer because the original Galaxy Watch that came out in 2018, that was a 4 to 6 day battery. I even saw some reviews where people were getting a full 7 days of battery life. Now with high usage, normal usage, yeah, you're not going to get 4 or 5 days, but you'll easily get 3 or 4. So it's really nice. It was really nice having that watch because you could charge it on Friday and go all weekend and not having to worry about charging your device. Anyway, and then over the past week, I already have some scratches, some scuffs on the casing. Nothing on the watch face. The bezel protects it. And those are your sensors on the back. Very shiny, this one. I'm looking forward to the new titanium version that's coming out soon. All right, well, we'll see if this makes 14 hours. See you soon. What I meant to do is just hold down the power key for a second and do a screenshot. So my apologies, a little tired. So now I'm going to take this out of airplane mode. So now that it's fully charged, we can take it out of battery saving mode. And it automatically goes into battery saving mode at 15%. And you can ask it not to, and then it's going to prompt you again at 5%. The estimation was pretty good. I did a yoga workout and I was still able to track it because I quickly jumped out of battery saving mode. And then if we scroll to the right, here's the battery estimate, which is one of the features I love about the Galaxy Watches. This is not new to the Galaxy Watch 3. It's kind of still booting up. I was a little too click happy there. Boy, okay. So it's synchronizing to the background. It's synchronizing with the Samsung Surface. There we go. 2 days, 10 hours, and 29 minutes. Well, I got 1 day less, and I'll show you why. The whole thing is the two are going to talk to each other, and then these steps will go up higher. So here we have the active minutes. So I had the yoga workout for 1 hour. I just want to measure my heart rate and see, just get some exercise. And if we go to yesterday, so we'll go to trends. Okay, the 17th. So we had walking, 1 hour and 28 minutes. So there's that exercise, and it was GPS. And another walking, this was the leakage test, 3 hours and 31 minutes. So what really zapped the battery was the 90-minute and the 3 hour and 31 minutes. That is 5 hours of GPS. And I was using the high accuracy. So if you're doing a lot of GPS, instead of the 2 days and 10 hours, you're going to get a lot less. You're going to get a day and change. Now I did have continuous heart rate monitoring the entire time, where I'm measuring heart rate continuously, and that gives me my stress and all the other information, which I actually quite enjoy. I mean, if you have a watch like this, why not measure everything? And this is something new that the Galaxy Watch is trying to push to, and measure that stress. So there's my sleep from last night. Not my best night. And it would have naps on there, but the battery, when it is in that power saving mode, it doesn't do heart rate, and it's not gonna track sleep. Now it might have had I slid it down and put it in a goodnight mode, and let's see if it does that. Let's do a test. So we'll put it into power saving mode, turns off everything but calls, messages, and notifications. Let's see about that. Now again, if you're skipping through the video, the cool thing about the Galaxy Watch 3 is that when it is in power saving mode, it still is in color. So let's see. No, oh, it does let you go into goodnight mode. But even though it's in goodnight mode, it's in power saving mode, so it's not going to give you the REM stats or really accurate sleep analysis. So you still get gamification when you're in power saving mode. That's nice. So let's take it out of that mode. There was a shortcut right there on the screen. I missed it. I'm a little tired. But there you go. The battery life, if you're really using it a lot and you're using high accuracy GPS, you're going to get a solid day and change. And I achieved a solid 1 day, 8 hours, and 3 minutes. And when it was in power saving mode, it was connected to the Surface Duo the entire time. So there's the stats, like them or not. Yeah, the battery size should have been bigger. And you can actually check the battery size right on the device. There you go. 340 milliamps. Not enough, Samsung. Not enough. This should have been 400 or 500. But for what it's doing, they have made some cool adjustments. I'm surprised it's lasting as long as its predecessor, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. It does detect naps. There we go. 2 different sleep records. We have 3 hours and 4 minutes of naps. So we have a 1 hour nap this afternoon, and then I just woke up again from another nap, 1 hour and 32 minutes. So pretty cool. I like that it detects naps, and it makes these stand out as well. So there's your awake time, REM during the nap, light sleep. Deep sleep, not so much, but still pretty cool. The most of the Fitbit smartwatches and fitness trackers also do a pretty good job at detecting naps. So is this watch for you? Do you like the battery life? Do you already have the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, or are you on the Samsung Galaxy Watch, the true predecessor to this Galaxy Watch 3? If you already have the Galaxy Watch from 2018, if you're my friend Preston, you probably are thinking, I don't think I'm going to upgrade, Pete. And I'm going to have to agree with you. And I did not get my little daily news report. That's kind of a bummer. But it's still a fun watch, and you can pick one of these up in the US for around $400. This is the LTE version. So there you go. That's the battery life test that I did. And after these two synchronize, you can see that. So there's all steps. So just carrying around this phone alone, I racked up 3,203 steps more while it was charging. So nice feature that you can do that. Fitbit has that feature. So does Withings. Garmin, no. But every Samsung device I've tested in the last 3-4 years has had that feature, where the phone you're connected to, whether it's this Duo or another one, will track your steps when your watch is dead. It's a bummer it didn't come with fast charge. I'll do more testing. I have this for another week, and we'll see what else we can find. Well, thank you for watching. That was a lot of fun. Earlier this year, I had a friend tell me that when you're doing these, when you have your YouTube channel, you should do a video for them, and then you should do a video for you. So today's video was for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I've had a ton of fun. I really like testing gadgets. I really like testing smartwatches. So again, this is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, and you just saw my GPS leakage and then my battery usage. So high usage, you can still get a day and a half. If you want the GPS accuracy, that's what really took it out, but still 5 hours. So I could have run a marathon yesterday easily, or done an ultra run, depending on the distance, and I still would have been able to track the whole thing with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. And some of the things that I really liked about it, I just wanted to throw this in here. One, it is smaller. We compared it against the Samsung Galaxy Watch from 2018. It's thinner, the case is a little slimmer, it's lighter, it's not as bulky, so that's a huge selling point. It is slightly bigger than the other Galaxy watches that they came out. They came out with an all black one that it was really confusing. They came out with 3 different watches. So this is the 2018 Galaxy Watch that was 46 millimeters, and then there was also the 42 millimeter watches, which came in rose gold or midnight black. The Samsung Active 2, and both of these are LTE editions. I bought this one because I wanted more RAM. Well, as it turns out, this one only has 1 gigabyte of RAM, where this one has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. But this has 4 gigs of storage, and this has 8. Now, I haven't put much on here, and it already has 3.5 gigabytes full. So that's really strange. I haven't installed a bunch of apps. I have not installed a bunch of watch faces. You can see right here all the watch faces that I've installed, and it's not that many. So I don't know what filled up that 4 gig. But 4 gigabytes of music, I could install dozens, probably 100. Yeah, I could install hundreds of more watch faces. There are well over 1,000 really cool watch faces you can get for these Galaxy watches. These are my favorite. But for accuracy, I'm gonna have to go with the Polar Grit X that I started wearing 2 months ago. But I'm torn, and that's why I started that other channel, and that's my alias. I'm the man with the 2 watches. So I wear the Samsung Galaxy Watch for fun. You know, I'm somewhat of a weekend warrior, and I like to track my workouts. It's fun with the notifications. There's a high level of gamification, and I just like that. And I wear the Polar to get a true fitness approach. I know that sounds just, why don't I just pick one? Well, it would be less fun to talk to you about just one watch. So it's fun to compare. It's fun to see the 2 different technologies, and which one do I recommend? Well, hold on, let me finish. So 1, it's smaller. 2, it's lighter. 8 gigabytes of ROM, 1 gigabyte of RAM. Yes, the casing's different. The battery saving mode is now in color. Sleep tracking is easier. I feel the heart rate is a little zippier. And even though it has 1.5 gigs of RAM, it's still pretty responsive. Now in the video, it had just booted up and I was trying to quickly do through menus. Most devices you can't do that with. You need to boot them up and then wait 30 seconds before you actually use them. And I've found that to be true with Microsoft and Apple, and yeah. Now I did order the Microsoft Apple 6, kind of. It's more of the Apple Watch SE, and that will pair with the phone that I'm filming on, 2020 Apple SE. I recommend this watch if you don't already have one, meaning if you have the Active 2 or just the, well, I didn't really like the Active, and I don't think Samsung liked it either because they didn't have it that long and it was really slow. So if you bought the Active early on in 2019 or really late in 2018, I would upgrade to the Galaxy Watch 3. But if you are my friend Preston and you bought the Galaxy Watch back in September of 2018, Preston, just keep that watch. I don't think you'd be that happy. Sorry, I don't think you'd notice that much of a difference updating to the Galaxy Watch 3. It's not a big wow factor, and you're gonna lose 3 days of battery life. So that's probably my biggest disappointment. I'm a guy, I don't, you might notice that. Can you see the shadow? Yeah, so being a guy and I know also some girls, they don't, sorry, I'm trying to tread lightly here. Some people don't mind larger, heavier watches, and I'm willing to take that and wear the extra few ounces if I can get better battery life. That's my spiel on it. I recommend this watch if you bought the Samsung Active. If you have the Samsung Galaxy Watch from 2018, or you're still rocking the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 series, don't upgrade. It's not worth the $400. Now there is a titanium edition coming out. I'm betting that they're gonna throw more RAM in that. They're gonna make it an LTE edition, and there's gonna be just something more special. Now the downside to both of these, they have the cool red button there, which is supposed to do electrocardiogram. I've been waiting a year for Samsung to release it and update it on this. It's in beta if you're in certain countries. Here in the US, I wasn't able to get it, and I didn't want to hack it and download the developer edition. No thanks. So will Samsung follow through with their promises that they made all the way back in 2019? A year ago, Samsung. I've been waiting a year for ECG. Still not there. I don't think it's going to come out later this year. Now, the other big thing that I have missed, and because I have my channel, I'll probably upgrade to the titanium edition because I really miss that rotating bezel. The haptic feedback bezel on this, where you still can scroll with the bar, it's just not the same. It's not the same at all. And I just love that turning bezel. And if I get this really close, you can hear it. So there's no haptic feedback. That's just pure hardware, baby. And it's just fun. The UI is just fun. If I could merge two devices, if I could have Garmin and Samsung or Polar work with Samsung to make a really accurate smartwatch that could track altitude more efficiently, that would be a beautiful marriage. Fitbit and Samsung? I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Fitbit Sensa when I do that later this year. So this has been a really long video. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for coming by the channel. Pithy comments below if you have any. If you don't have a pithy comment, you know what? Freedom of speech, baby. You can just type whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not going to respond to any snide remarks. Sarcasm, sure, I'll respond to sarcasm. I'm learning more about the Galaxy Watch 3, and I have some hidden features. I need to do more testing. I want to find out if they're hidden features or buried, so stay tuned. Subscribe, give this a like if you enjoyed it. I'm going to let the credits roll. I'm going to put the little chapter marks in the bottom in the description so you can jump to the different parts. Thanks again for supporting my addiction to gadgets, and I'll have another video for you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, today's Friday, so I'm gonna try to edit this one and get it out tonight. See you all real soon, and I hope you're tracking your sleep with either a Samsung, a Garmin, or maybe a Polar, or are you wearing the new Fitbit watch? Or are you wearing the Charge 2? Does your watch suffer from GPS leakage? And how is your battery life? That's what I hear about. How accurate was your GPS in your workout today? And how accurate is your sleep tracking? How concerned are you about battery life, or is it just me? That's all for now. Goodbye.